Hello and welcome. It's me, Ylad FM, back with another episode of my Chelsea journey. I have had not too bad of a time since I last see you. We've done a little bit of changes to the screen layout. Just done a bit of a zoomed out version this time. Want to see what you guys think about it. I prefer it just to get a little bit more information on the screen. So as you can see, we've got the league table down here. We're fourth in the league as it stands. We've not been too bad at all. Let's have a quick glance up in the dynamics of the squad, see how we're looking up here in a minute. So we've got team cohesion is still average. It's not built since the last time. Again, just playing games is going to build that right up. At least it's in the green. That's all we can say about that. We've got the dressing room atmosphere. One unhappy player since the last time I see you, and that is Willie Caballero. Well, it is. He wants to leave, and I don't mind that he wants to leave, and I don't mind letting him go. But what I do mind is the bids that are coming in for him. I mean, he's valued at 2.4 million. I don't need to sell him, and the bids that are coming in for him have been a million point, a million point five. I've not even had someone offer 2 million yet, and I've just turned around and told him, no, you're not going unless I get an offer of £3 million for you. I don't need to sell you. I'm happy to keep you here. I don't care if you're unhappy. You're not upsetting my full squad. I've got no one who agrees with you, no one who disagrees. In fact, the squad don't care either. As for managerial support, early days, but the players are excited about the future of the club with you at the helm. Still, a number of players don't get on well with me. I'm trying to win them over, but you can't win everyone over, can you? Let's have a look at the team report this time. We've never done this last time. We'll have a look what they've got to say about our side. So, number of young prospects including Reece James, Ola Ani, I can't even say that name. We'll call him Ola, and Charlie Masonda away from the club at the moment. Be good when they come back next season, especially Reece James. I'm looking for a right wing back. At the minute, I'm having to play Aspilicueta as my backup right wing back to Zabacosta. He can't do the job though, and I can just see these stats. He'd be playing as a complete one, and let's have a look at they're just growing all the time, and I think he's going to be a really good right wing back. So when he gets back to us next year, we're really going to have a strong right hand side. Let's go into our tactics. You can have a look at what we're doing for tactics because we haven't done that yet. So this is what we're looking at with our tactics. So we've got here Conte's dream. We all know Conte loved the 3-4-3 to get us to our last league title. Well, I've gone back to the 3-4-3. I've always liked this formation. All the FMs that I've played, I've been using it right back to probably 2010, and before that it was always the 4-4-2 with the attacking midfielders. But I like this. It's solid at the back. You sort of bypass the midfield to use the wings and then get forward using the front three. It's fantastic having Hazard to be able to drop back. It sort of really does link up when it does get into the middle. Hazard to bring in Depay and Higuain on the outside. So let's have a look at how the fixtures have gone this time round. So the fixtures this time we'll be looking at for these 5 here. So let's start with Monaco. So this was our last friendly game of the season. And as you can see, we got the win over Monaco. A strong Monaco side, to say that. Let's have a look at how we lined up and the stats. So we lined up with Kepa in goal. From left to right, Alonso, David Luiz, Christensen, Rudiger, Zabacosta. In the midfield, Jorginho and Kovacic, and up front, Depay, Hudson-Odoi, and Higuain. Now, it's nearly my strongest side. I would say instead of Jorginho, I'd be playing Kante here, and instead of Hudson-Odoi, I'd be playing Hazard here. But they've definitely got a part to play this season, Jorginho and Hudson-Odoi. Other than that, this is my starting lineup for the rest of the season, unless someone really special comes out of the woodwork. As we look over at the statistics, again, out shooting the opposition, that tends to be quite a thing we do now. Two off the woodwork, a clear-cut chance each. At least we're creating clear-cut chances. We see in the last episode we weren't doing that very well. Keeping away from doing the long shots and getting into the box, which is what I want. Really outpossessed with this formation. I know this formation can work for possession as well. I've just got to get it right. Corners, yeah, we're not creating enough from corners. If we're only getting one goal at 12 corners, there needs to be more there. Our passing was terrible in this game. Whether it's because it's the first time this bunch of players have just been put together, but 69%, we want to be in the 80s, and yeah, I'm not happy with that. And we go down to our average rating. That's the poorest average rating we've also had in our friendlies this year. 6.75. I think the lowest was 7.07 before that. So let's move back to the game itself. We won 1-0 with a Kovacic goal. Let's take a look at the goal. Blimey heck, that's gone to a fast speed, isn't it? Let's see if we can cut down to there. Sorry about that. Alright, let's watch that again. So, throwing for Marcos Alonso, finds Jorginho. Jorginho puts the cross into the back box. Zappacosta drops it back, and Kovacic brings it in. That is a really nice bit of play between everyone there. And as you can see, we only used the 3 substitutes in this game. Christensen, Zappacosta and Depay coming off to give Ampadu a chance, Afro-Equator and Willian, who actually went on to pick up a little bit of a thigh injury. But no, it was not very good from anyone there. Only 2 players hitting over the 7s. It's not good enough. So let's go on to our first competitive game of the season. Some call it a glorified friendly, but when you win them, you don't call them glorified friendlies, that's for sure. So this was a 3-2 win over Manchester City in the Community Shield, and I think that this was well deserved, although some of the stats down there may not say so. But let's have a look at how we lined up and why I think it was deserved. So we started with Kepa in goal. Back 5, left to right, Alonso, Luiz, Christensen, Rudiger, Zappacosta, Jorginho and Kovacic in the middle, Depay, Pedro this time, and Higuain up front. I went with Pedro this time because I didn't feel Hudson-Odoi really put in the performance on the last match. It didn't really make a difference because Pedro didn't seem to this time round, but we got the result. So if we just look down here, first time in this series we've been outgunned on goal, so to speak. However, we were on target, they were not. And you can see from their long shots, 4-1. We created 3 clear-cut chances today. This the best we've had so far. Pretty even on possession, which I can say, to do that with Manchester City, that's impressive in itself. Back up to nearly 80% mark on the passes. Crosses, still getting plenty of crosses into the box. And then you get down to the average rating, 6.96. Still not the 7 I want, but better than the 6.6 that Man City offered. So the goals come from Kovacic, Higuain and David Luiz from a penalty spot for us, a late goal. And for Manchester City, it was Bernardo Silva and a Higuain own goal. And that actually put them at 2-1 up at one point. Let's check out the goals. and it's decided to go back to as quick as we can possibly go again. No worries, let's get that back to there. Let's get to that. Right, here we go. So starts with Zabacosta on the throw-in, back to Higuain, Kovacic, Mendy tries to clear to Silva, and it's ended up back across. That's a poor pass from Silva, and it's ended up finding Alonso. Alonso's worked it back to David Luiz. Luiz, a nice long ball crossfield there, and it's cleared out by Sané, but only as far as Zabacosta. Our wings are really looking good there. Plenty of width on the side. Jorginho out to the wing again to find Marcos Alonso this time. Alonso puts it across the box, headed out, but there's Kovacic on the volley to pull it past the goalkeeper. 1-0 Chelsea, superb. So let's take a look at the next goal. This is really messed up, this, isn't it? Watch the goals. Let's try again. Jorginho, cross to Marcos Alonso, flicked out, and Kovacic buries it, as we said. So, corner kick, Luis Alberto swings it in, and Aguero, again, a messy goal, a fantastic save there by Kepa, but it's just followed up and they get the goal. And another corner, it's Luis Alberto this time. And that's the third ugly corner goal I've seen from us concede. Kovacic into Pedro. Pedro pulling in that false 9 position. This time Depay plays a through ball to Higuain, and it's nice to see them two link up because that will be what I'm looking for next season. David Luiz with the penalty at the end secures the game for us and wins us the cup. Guys, I'm sorry about the poor quality there. Let's just jump into our preferences and make sure that ain't going to happen again. It happens sometimes, it just, yeah, it's all in the preferences, that's why. Let's scroll that back to there, confirm that, and look at our first league game of the season. So our first league game of the season saw us go up against Tottenham Hotspurs, and as you can see there, a 1-1 draw is the result that we were left with. I just don't know how to explain what happened in this game. We never looked like winning it, but we never looked like we deserved to lose it. Let's have a look at the lineups today. So we've got back line, Athletic-Equator in goal, Alonso, Luiz, Christensen, Rudiger and Zabacosta across the back. We finally got Kante and Kovacic playing together. However, 6.4 for Kante, not good. And then we've got Depay, Hazard and Higuain up front, playing as the front three. We take a look at the shots, and we were outgunned now. This is something that worries me. We're being outgunned now we're coming to the harder teams. I don't want that. I want us to be the teams outgunning the opposition. And we look at long shots, 3. Yeah, it's not too many. Possession, 50-50. 78% on the passes. But we come down to average rating, 6.7. It's not good enough. I've really laid into the players over the last couple of games because of this, and I don't know whether it's they're now not happy with me, but we're not getting anything out of it. Let's have a look at how these goals come about then. So Christian Eriksen with the first one. Wow, he's got space to run into. Really? Okay, that needs looking at. How he had that much space, I'll have no idea. Our goals come from a nice cross, gone past everyone from the free kick, and Hazard's there to mop it up and get us the point. Well, that Eriksen goal is worrying, to say the least, to let him have that much space behind our defence to run at the keeper. Okay, so our second game of the season in the league came against Brighton. We travelled to the Amex Stadium. Let's have a look how it went. So we got the 1-0 win. It's a tight win, early goal, but we managed to see it through. So we started today's game with Equator in goal. Back line of Zabacosta, Rudiger, Christensen, Luiz and Alonso. Kovacic, we dropped Kante and brought Jorginho back in. And then went with a front line of Higuain, Hazard and Depay. As you can see, they went with a solid 4-1-4, just to purely stop us getting through by the looks of it. Shots, about the same. Clear-cut chances. Long shots, don't like that, with a few too many long shots there. Possession, they're out-possessing us. Then we get down to percentage on passes, 78%, not too bad. Nearly at the 80%. We need to get a bit more training done there, I think. 7% of our crosses made it into the box. We need to sort that out. And then we get down to the average rating, 6.8. We're still not hitting the 7s. Now we're into the competitive games. We're not hitting the 7s. It's going to be a case of perhaps dropping some people if it carries on. Let's check out Higuain's goal. So Propper's cleared it. It's ended up with Luiz. Luiz out to Marcos Alonso on the left-hand side. Alonso's put a nice deep ball in, and Higuain is there in front of the defender to bury it. And that gives us the 1-0 win. Have a look at the player of the match. It's Higuain, but a player of the match getting a 7.1 is ridiculous, to say the least. Let's have a look at our final match, which was Wolves, and we had Wolves come to Stamford Bridge for this one. Let's have a look how this happened. So, a couple more greens this time, so that's a bit better. As you can see, the 1-0 win. Let's take a look at how we set up. So we set up with Kepa in goal. Back line as the normal back line, Alonso, Luiz, Christensen, Rudiger and Equator. We went with the same midfield as the last match, Jorginho and Kovacic. And up front we went with Depay, Hazard and Higuain as normal. A couple of poor performances from the fronts there, as we can see. But let's have a look at the stats. So 30 shots on goal today. Not good that we've only converted one of them, is it? No clear-cut chances from all 30 shots. No half chances. Over half of our shots were long shots. It seems like they've got frustrated not being able to break down this back five that Wolves have decided to go with today. 80% pass completion, so the pass completion is raised again. 22% of our crosses have made it into the box this time, which is good. I'm happy with that. I'm not happy we've only got one goal, but I'm happy with that. Average rating of 6.9, still not up into the 7s. They need to raise their game. Alright, let's have a look at the goals. Or goal, should I say. So Jorginho's there. Back to Kovacic. Back to Jorginho. We're linking up well in the midfield there. Back to Kovacic, who takes a blast from outside the box. And in it goes. It was always going to be a cracker to have split the teams after having 30 shots at them and not getting through. So man of the match today, Kovacic. I think he'll definitely be starting the next one. Looking at the stats here, I think we might well see Higuain and Hazard both being dropped out for the next game. Okay, so let's see where that leaves us with the competitions this season. So far, nothing's happened in the Euro Cup, or the FA Cup, or the Carabao Cup. We've won the Community Shield. That was a nice result for us. Very happy to have done that. Headlines. No headlines for this. It's worth a look. So you've got all blue. We love that. All blue. So that's our first Carabao Cup since 2009-10 season. Wow, 9 years since we won the last one. If we head back to competitions and have a look at how we're doing in the Premier League. So 4th place at the moment. We've got Arsenal running out leaders along with Everton, 9 points, both on 100%. Then got Fulham, and then we've got us. City lost their first game of the season, but have bounced back with 2 straight wins. Other competition hopefuls were Manchester United, who are sitting in 10th, and Liverpool played 2 so far. So they haven't actually played their 3rd game of the season yet, and have only managed to get a point out of 2 games. Just having a look in the player stats, none of our players sitting in stats yet. Alonso's had 2 assists, and Aspilicueta is in the stat of yellow cards. Just what you want to see. So that's me for today. We've covered our 5 games. The next 5 we will be looking at, let's just have a quick look for you. We will do Southampton, Watford. We will look at the Euro Cup group stage, not known yet who that be, Crystal Palace, and the 3rd round of the Carabao Cup. It's been great seeing you. Hopefully you like and subscribe to my channel. I will see you again soon. Thank you very much.